First things first, you need to take a leap of faith to do it. Our next speaker here, and was a former Miss Asian Global delegate, says that she overcame her biggest struggle of not psyching herself out mentally for the Miss Asian Global pageant. She's going to be talking to us today on how competing in a pageant in front of 1,000 people and losing was exactly what she needed to realize, that confidence doesn't come after winning. In order to win, you must already have the confidence and own every single minute. Miki Ding also helped launch Project A Bridge, which was a Clinton Global Initiative University that sponsors free SAT boot camps, college mentorship programs for underserved high school students in the San Diego area. She's also a tireless advocate for low-income educational opportunities. She provides debate mentorship, volunteers tax return service, and works as an educational equity and excellence fund director to increase resources for untraditional students. So please welcome to the stage our beautiful Miki Ding.
Okay, wow, that's like blinding. All right, cool. Hi everyone, how are you guys today? No? Okay. So my name's Miki, like the mouse. I am a second year at Berkeley, and I will be speaking today, and hopefully you guys can hear me. All right. Oh, well, okay. 25% of girls would rather win America's Next Top Model than the Nobel Peace Prize. They would choose to strut, strike a pose, and smize, rather than be recognized for fulfilling all the cliché dreams of changing the world. In the modern ages, girls have been characterized for sacrificing their dreams for their public image. Because first impressions are often all they get to define themselves, they allow their makeup, instead of their voices, to speak for them. Now, the trouble with having society standards substitute your own values is that you stop thinking about what's important to you. Though I wish I could say I resisted that temptation easily, I definitely had my fair share of wanting to win a crown when I competed in the Miss Asian Global pageant. When I showed up the first day, the oxymoron was exposed within minutes of arriving in the beautiful San Francisco Embassy Suites. Girls lined up as we practiced our walk, shoulders back, head up, chin down, butt in, core tighten, smile big, feet slightly turned out, walk straight. Now, as I tried to remember one, I forgot the other. It didn't take long for the lady training me to stop me and hastily say, "You're a tomboy, aren't you?" Now, that one dismissive comment pretty much defined the rest of the week that followed. Awkward, hard, discouraging, and uncomfortable, I struggled to keep my head up as my weaknesses were competing with other people's strengths. Now, you didn't need to see my pageant walk to tell I wasn't made for it. Wait, do I have a clicker? Definitely do not have one, so... Wait, I don't have a clicker. There are pictures. You want to see the pictures. Okay, well, all right, anyway. Awkward, hard, and uncomfortable, I struggled to keep my head up as my weaknesses were competing with other people's strengths. Now, you didn't need to see my pageant walk to tell I wasn't made for it. I can count on my hands how many times I've worn makeup. I'm a thinly disguised introvert who gets easily overstimulated in large groups of people. I own probably 5 dresses. And most importantly, I'm not good at interactions that don't appreciate blunt, sarcastic humor and also deduct points for curse words. Awkward. I didn't know how I found myself in a field so outside of my comfort zone. I found myself paying a $400 entry fee, $250 for an ethnic costume, $50 for acrylic nails, $15 for eyebrow waxing, $50 for a new bathing suit, and $100 for my additional dress and shoes necessary to compete. Now, at some point, I spent more time trying to look nice instead of practicing my speech. While some may argue that I didn't need to spend that much, the amount of time spent walking on stage compared to listening to contestants' thoughts shows that while being pretty is not enough to win a pageant, you cannot win a pageant unless you are pretty. Now, oh wait, no, that's, no, yeah, no, no. No, yeah, okay. 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 In a time where it's no longer a question if women should work or if they can vote, it seems ridiculous that they don't. But time and time again, we see girls yielding and giving up everything our female predecessors fought for. They gave us freedom, yet we're enslaving ourselves to superficial standards. Girls live by it, stats prove it, and companies thrive on it. 18% of 12-year-olds regularly wear eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick. The nerd look, no. Yeah, okay, for Halloween is only embraced when suspenders hold up tight bodies and ironically highlight perfectly manicured faces. In my own second-year physics class, a room so packed with kids that people sat on the counters, I was still only one of 8 girls. However, it is not the truth when we remember our confidence in self can change everything. How many million-dollar makeup enterprises would go bankrupt, and how many expensive designer lines would disappear if girls suddenly woke up and realized that they liked the way they looked? While it seems like we have to play by society's rules, the truth is we've always had the power, and we don't have to put our brains on hold. The term beauty or brains is said so frequently that when people tell me that I'm smart, I actually feel kind of sad because they're also telling me that I'm not beautiful. Now, with my own dreams to change the world, I am more than willing to sacrifice looks. But the question is, why should I have to? When men look to run a company, no one questions his abilities just because he is handsome. No one makes snide comments under their breath whether he rose the ladder of success vertically or horizontally, or dismisses him for being just a pretty face with the words "he's cute" in response to if he can do the job. The direct comparison calls into question how much freedom women actually have to live up to their potential. While society says that girls have a choice, we are asking, why do we even have to choose? Now, in my introduction, I said that the danger of having society standards substitute your own values is that you don't get thinking people. It shouldn't be a shock to find that the only people who aren't thinking aren't just the girls. We are the society that allows it to happen. While critics say that girls can assert themselves if they wanted to, we can see that what seems to be a free choice is weighed down by invisible chains. It is often the more attractive employee chosen over the more qualified. Because society rewards that system, time that would be invested in skills are instead invested in looks. Just look at the fact that in the pageant, every single girl had to do a bathing suit walk, but only the top 10 could give their 1-minute platform speech on what their mission in life was. By prioritizing looks, we aren't shocked to find attractive people working in jobs we would never tell our children to aspire for. Instead, there should be attractive people working as engineers, doctors, lawyers, and entrepreneurs, because it's not an inverse relationship. Being more attractive does not mean you're more dumb, and being smarter does not mean you're uglier. You can be both. We all suffer when we do not encourage women to live up to their full potential in regards to our schooling, economy, and innovation. The truth is that pageants have changed so much from the times girls were only meant as stage props. Now, queens are called to have both beauty and intelligence. And because the interview room was considered to be one of the most critical factors in determining success, I assumed that it would all work out. I just figured that the pageant stuff ran under my favorite motto of winging it, and that all I had to do was kill it in the interview. Turns out, you can't do that. I had previously taken pride in my seemingly outlier belief that pageants needed some modernizing with some refreshing non-pageant girl personality, and I believed that I could be the one to deliver it. One of the most common statements people continue to tell me is that I'm pretty much a guy. They point to the fact that I don't wear makeup, that I would rather give you a witty insult than a soft compliment, play basketball than shop, wear comfy clothes than cute ones, or that I'm too blunt. And I used to take pride in that. I believed that I was giving the world the new modern woman who knew she did not need your approval. But if I really took a second look, I would see that I, too, have been trapped under the ideas of what I am allowed to do. In order to prove that I don't fall under the superficial girl stereotypes, it shaped what I could not do, and I forgot that I could be powerful and also be a girl. Let me show you what I mean. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to?